401k's, RRSPs, supers, a whole long list of retirement accounts, and I hate every single one. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Now, a lot of people don't like to hear that, and that's why I started with this message. And I want to give you my own opinion on the retirement account. So we've got people that have pensions, as I said, RSPs and 401k's and so on. And these are what people literally rely on for their lives. They're out there on a fixed income throughout their retirement. And we've got a big problem. So let's talk about it today. Let's get into it. I get emails from people every single day, and they're asking about their retirement account. And I try to be as nice as possible, but this is the way I see it. One thing I want to mention for sure is that this is my own opinion. I'm not telling you to do anything. I can only say what I have done and what I would do. A lot of people are concerned that they have this money that's locked up in there, they can't do anything about it. Well, first of all, you need to call the company that you have this money with and ask them if there are any possible means of unlocking. That's the term you want to use. In Canada, depending on which province you're in, depending on the reason, there is a potential to have it unlocked. A lot of times they say financial hardship and so on. That is a possibility. If it's under certain jurisdictions, you may or may not be able to take it out. So that's one thing. A lot of people are concerned because they're going to be taking out the money and being taxed on it. What if I told you that what you're holding on to will be worth nothing one day? Do you think it's worth taking it out and getting taxed on it? As far as I'm concerned, I would. But that's me. And that's how I am. Well, what would you say to somebody who has money in these and they ask you, well, what am I supposed to do with my money? Leaving it in a bank is not really safe, and you're completely right. I do agree with that. So there are different things, and certainly I can't get into all of them today, but I want to just bring up a few issues. Okay, so I know a lot of people who pay down their mortgage on a standard schedule for the 25 years, but at the same time, they accumulate in their RRSPs, 401k's. How does that make any sense? You're going to keep debt, accumulate more. You're going to have to pay more in the long term, but you contribute to something that is only filling the pockets of the bankers. Look, if you're 25, 35, whatever it might be, you've been paying into this retirement account for decades now. You're not going to see that money until it's time to retire. Maybe it's 65, maybe you can hold off until you're 71. There's another, Canadians works a little differently, so you could maybe stretch that out until 71. You're not going to see that money for decades. You're telling me you don't want any money for decades. Why not contribute to something today that makes you money? It doesn't make any sense to me. Number one, pay down debt. If you have debt, you got a mortgage, you got a car, you got a cell phone, you got a vacation that you wanted to, put on a credit card or whatever, pay it down. Get rid of all your debt. Sleep easy at night, okay? That's my opinion. Pay off the debt, number one. Number two is contribute to something that's going to pay you monthly. Now, you got to look around for passive investments. Imagine you put your money, let's say the average person, they've made this claim that people have $1 million in net worth. I don't believe that's accurate at all, but let's just say $200,000. You got $200,000, it's sitting in one of these retirement accounts, and you go out there, you turn 65, you start pulling the money out. They're taxing you as you're pulling that money out. It's making income. That's you're getting taxed at income rates. Well, If you would do it in a different way, making passive income, you do it through a corporation, you're going to get taxed at probably 15%. There are many ways to do this legitimately, safely, securely, and get paid now. Not when you're 65, not when you're 71, when you got other things to be worrying about. Let's say you want to buy a piece of real estate. Well, I can't buy real estate. It's $2 million where I live. You don't have to buy where you live, okay? Let's stop thinking about that. You do not have to buy where you live. Okay, so what I would say is look into real estate, look into anything, in fact, because you're going to be able to get different types of investments in real estate that are not houses, and they don't even have to be in your city. All right, so that's one thing. I would say that we need to also think about, you know, I don't like to talk about it too much, but paper investments, okay? So if I were to invest in a stock, I'm waiting for the appreciation because when I'm 65, I'm gonna sell that stock. Well, why not invest in something that gives me dividends so that I'm at least getting paid every quarter? I think that's not often enough. I think it should be monthly because there's 89 days in there where they're benefiting off of your money, okay? And still, you still don't really hold something physical, and I really prefer that. So anyway, you can hold on to these type of assets and they pay you regularly. Why get paid when I'm 65, 71? I want to get paid today. I want to get paid now. So I invest in things that are passive, and business is passive. So you can start your own business today. There are different ways to do it, and you will make passive income. You can get paid today. I want to talk about something else that other people don't talk about as well, and it is truly something that I find so strange. If I'm going to buy, you know, okay, I got expenses. My whole life I'm going to have expenses. They're going to be maybe higher or lower depending on the year. But let's just say I've got expenses overall, and you know, whatever that might be, 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is. These expenses here are things like I'm going to need to eat, I got food, I got my electricity prices, I've got, you know, maybe my shelter, whatever that is, if I'm renting, if I've bought, so on. That's why I say pay down all your debt. Now, if I've bought a home, I've paid it off. Those expenses now drop significantly, okay? Now I'm looking at energy bills. I can pay these energy bills every single month, the electricity and so on, or I can get solar panels, I can get a battery, I can get geothermal, I can find ways to power my house without having to actually pay the power company. So yes, it's a big upfront cost, but I don't have to pay my power company now. That's a thing. That's to me an asset, especially when the power goes out. You start to really think about it. Oh, you know, we should really get a generator. We should really get a generator. And then the next week passes and everybody forgets about it. Then the power goes out again. Same story. Same with food. If you're growing your own food, you're going to be able to, at least some of it, you're going to be able to keep some of that money for yourself. You're going to lower your expenses. You're going to be able to have an asset. A greenhouse, as far as I'm concerned, is an asset. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes work, but that's money in your pocket, and not to mention, of course, the health benefits of that. But these are assets, and nobody's really talking about that because it's, you know, it's outside of my you know, realm of understanding, or I don't know about this type of thing, or I disagree, I'd rather have a stock, and so on. You know what? I assure you, if you got solar panels and a battery or geothermal and you got your energy prepared and ready to go when the power goes out and it's an extended period of time, you're going to get phone calls from family and friends saying, hey, do you have power at your house? Trust me, that's an asset that people really desire. Nobody's talking about it. So that's what I think about RSPs, 401k's, pensions, and so on. I actually think that they're going to be eradicated one day, and a lot of people are going to be losing a lot of money. Now, you might say, how the hell are they going to do that? What's wrong with you? Well, what they've done many times in history before, all you need to do is pick up the history books and find out for yourself. They will replace people's retirement accounts, perhaps even people's bank accounts, perhaps even people's paychecks. They've done all this before with future dated government bonds. They're going to give you the money, I assure you. It's just not going to be now. It's going to be 5 years from now. It's going to be 10 years from now. It's never going to happen. They'll do it. They will do it. And this is the type of thing that they're capable of doing, and quite frankly, they're not going to stop at anything, at any single method or possibility. They're going to make it happen. All right, so I don't know exactly in what order and how and when and why and all this stuff, but what I do know is that I need to be prepared for myself. So that's all for the video. I hope you found it informative. I know that a lot of people are probably going to be upset by it, and I don't mean to upset anybody. Truthfully, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to be informative, and I hope that you did. If you did, of course, please give me a thumbs up. If you like bananas, then also give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that very much. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What's going on? Why haven't you hit that subscribe button? I know you're there. You're able to hit it. It's right below. All you gotta do is click on that button. I want you to join me here along with 120,000 other people around the world. The most informative subscribers are here on this channel. I've learned so much from all the people out there. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. The information that I receive from you is fantastic. I'm getting reports from Spain. I'm getting reports from Australia, giving me all the data, giving me what they're seeing, the eyes on the ground, and I see that through the comments, and I really, really do appreciate that. So I'll end it there. Enough ranting. Take care, and I'll see you next time.